Hi, chat. Hope we're all doing good. Hi. Hello, hello. It is a Tuesday. I hope we're all having a good Tuesday. Oh boy, it is. I almost said a Tuesday again. I'm caught in a time loop of a few sentences. Just making sure we all know what day of the week it is. We're playing 999 again today. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I pulled up the content warnings in a tab, but I forgot to paste them in chat. Let me do that really quickly. Hi. I hope we're all having ourselves a good time. I see that Lee got first. Good job, Lee. I see that Artificer got second. Good job, Artificer. I forgot to mention, chat, I have a new thing on my soundboard. I don't have it set up to be redeemed potentially yet. I don't know if we'll have it set up to be redeemed or not, but it's... So we can explode now. It's the Deltarune explosion noise. That always brings me lots of joys. Hell yeah. Thank God I did do it. Yeah, I did it as soon as you messaged me about it, Lee. Apparently. So as if you're unaware, Lee edits my VODs for me. He does the first pass and I do the second pass, and then they go up on the channel. Oh boy. Marvel Snap video coming out whenever I make a thumbnail for it. But boy oh boy. He's working on some VODs right now. I guess I won't say what they are just yet. Sans, why are you shutting up? But apparently in one of the VODs I said that I wanted an explosion noise on my soundboard, but that I would forget to do it. And so he reminded me of it, and that was very delightful. Boy oh boy, I'm pulling up my big birthday list. My good old-fashioned birthday list. Ooh, that's a fun one. I'm gonna double check these characters and which characters they are, but I think I think me and Lee are the only two people in the world who have seen this anime. But let's see here. Which character are you? I've truly not one of the characters I remember. Just, oh, yeah. It's a character birthday from that. Let's see here. Oh shit, that's a really big one! Sorry, I read what the property one was, and that's a really big one. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then the other character... Who the fuck is this? Yeah, I truly barely remember that guy existing. Alright, chat. In case you are unfamiliar, I have a big list of fictional character birthdays, as well as the anniversary of media releases, and occasionally some silly celebrities or a weird holiday or something like that. I have every day of the year covered, except for these days, and if you know any fictional character that was born on any of these days, or if you know a piece of media that was released on one of these days, or maybe like a chill celebrity, not like a big name necessarily, but you know, like an internet celebrity. You know, like a dropout cast member or a YouTuber or something like that, you know? That's the kind of level that we want, not like Tom Cruise, you know? Tom Cruise isn't fun. But any of these guys, a parasocial celebrity, exactly. You know? Those guys can get on here. But boy oh boy, chat. We got some good ones for today. Let's go ahead and go for the characters. Starting off here, Alba is one of the characters I had to double check. Alba from Beastars, who you may, if the name doesn't ring a bell for you, that's the eagle. That's the guy who's a bird. That's the eagle. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that bird. We also have Mr. Tansu from Dungeon Meshi. For anime onlys, that is, or for people who have read the manga as well, but it's been a while, Mr. Tansu is the old gnome man. That cool older, I don't know if he's cool, that older gnome man that Namari is now working with. As well as, you know, his wife and Kiki and Kaka, the twins. The other fictional character, this is big news. Well, actually, one of the less memorable characters from this show, but news only for me and Lee, because I've literally never heard any other person talk about this anime. This is Shino Kiryu from Girlfriend. Now, I don't remember any of the characters' names. Looking her up, I'm like, that's the... I guess Girlfriend spoilers really quick. Girlfriend spoilers. This is the third girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, okay. I was looking at her like, I don't remember you. You aren't girlfriend 1 or 2 or not the blonde interloper. This is the girl with white hair. Who was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Stop doing that. Why are you guys doing that? And then she grows on them. They grow on each other. It's like, well, she's in the polycule now. And that blonde hair girl is just like, God damn it, I hate everything. For anybody who hasn't seen Girlfriend, it's really fun. It is truly, I'm gonna say the premise of it, and you're gonna think that it sounds bad, alright? Because on paper, it's a bad premise. Every other anime that handles this is so just not good. Premise of it, main boy, right? He's like your generic anime boy protagonist. A girl comes up to him, first year at his high school, and she's just like, I just wanted to let you know that I've had a crush on you for a while, and I really like you, and I would like to date you. And he's like, oh. That was really passionate, and I'm really spurned by that, and I would love to pursue this. I do currently have a girlfriend. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, wait. I'm gonna go talk to my girlfriend currently and see if she's cool with me dating both of you. And she's like, huh? And the girlfriend's like, sure, I guess. So he's just... It's truly because it sounds so much like a harem anime. Or just like a generic, like, oh, okay, people are obsessed with this guy for no good reason. Truly, the level of communication they have is so fucking funny. The level of, like, I really respect that. However, I am going to ask permission from my current girlfriend first. If she's not fine with it, we are not going to see each other, but I'm still down to be friends with you. You know? It's something... It's truly... For such, like, is he brown or black hair? I forget. Like, mid-length cut, you know, like, the generic anime boy protagonist of a harem anime, you know? You look at him, you're like, oh, okay. And he's just got the best communication I've ever seen. It's really funny. The second girlfriend is so cool with it. The first girlfriend is just like, I was here first, and he says that he loves us both, but I am a bit jealous about it. That's where most of it comes from. You know, it's like, it's just communication issues or whatever, you know? Lingering jealousy and stuff. And it's like, now that could be bad, you know? That could be like, oh man, I don't want these girls to, like, hate each other or whatever, you know? I want this to be a healthy relationship. In comes third girl, who really wants to join the polycule. Nobody in the polycule wants her. And that's, like, the main draw of it is there's just this random blonde woman who's like a streamer, and it's just like, I demand to be in this polycule, please. I'm pretty sure, it's been a while since I watched it, I'm pretty sure she's just like, I don't even like the guy, but if 2 women want him, then I gotta. It's really good. I should rewatch it. I was absolutely delighted by it. I watched both the sub version and the dub version, and it was hilarious all around. Oh boy. Okay, and then, of course, now all of that preamble, there's a media release today. I spent all of my vocabulary on the girlfriend media recommendation, so unfortunately I have no more words to recommend Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I don't even know if I recommend Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I wouldn't recommend that to somebody unless I knew them really well, you know? I think is the point. I love it. There's so much bad shit in it. It's by the same people who made this. It's a Spike Chunsoft game. Different guy, though. Yeah, it's a poison, but a drug. Exactly. It's heroin. You know, it's truly just like, come on. Come on. One second, I realize I don't have one of the things that I wanted on here. There we go. It was from a couple days ago, though. It's truly like, if it works for you, it really does. There's a lot of bad shit in it that you need to be aware of beforehand. You gotta have a tolerance for some bullshit before getting into it. You know? You gotta. But oh boy. Alright, chat. I think that's enough preamble. I think we can get to playing 999 now. We can see the 9 hours, the 9 persons, and the 9 doors. We have one more, telegraphed ending, we'll say. I think we'll call it that. There's, on the main paths, there's one more to go down. But, I still feel like there's 6, you know? I still feel like there's 6 endings. But, you know, we're 4 endings down. That's how we'll say it. 4 endings deep. So come along with me over here to the game screen. 4 endings deep into 999. Potentially last stream of it. Potentially penultimate again, I suppose. We're gonna resume. Yep. Let me in. We gotta get through a little bit until we can access the menu here. Excellent. We're gonna go to the flow. Okay, so what we did last time is we got all of the red keys and did all that. So we are now going to jump over here and try and get that white key. Seek a way out. Now, I don't know what specifically we're going to need to do here to get that white key. Ah, it's this one with the dog. Alright. I guess there will just be a choice at some point that I'll have to make.
Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now?
Yes.
Let me see your forehead.
I believe we've seen this before.
Guess it really has gone down.
I think, yeah, because we can skip. I guess this is technically a choice. Hey, come on, it's not like that.
Hey, come on, it's not like that.
Junpei did his best to act as though he didn't care. His best wasn't very good.
I guess you haven't changed at all, Jumpy.
She giggled.
By the way, Jumpy?
Yeah, because we can only skip whenever it's stuff we've seen before. Because I tried to hit skip there when I chose the other option. I figured that probably wouldn't be it. I don't remember what other choices we make. But we're just gonna go around... Bottle of water. Yeah. Get that key. This is gonna be a lot of me trying to remember everything that sort of happens, isn't it? We got the map here. Beautiful map. Delightful map. Do you think this boat is the actual Titanic?
The actual Titanic?
The actual Titanic? You mean it, like, slipped through time and ended up here?
Yeah, that's the most rational explanation. I know that I'm the one who said it was the actual Titanic, but no, it's not that, like, we got it out from the water, or, like, and, like, restored it or something, but, you know.
Before the ship sunk on April 14th, 1912?
Yeah.
Huh? What the hell are you smoking?
Thank you, Junpei.
Huh? Did I get it wrong?
Junpei grinned and shook his head.
No, that's not. I mean, come on. I mean, slipped through time? Seriously? I was talking about the controversy surrounding the Titanic.
Oh?
Controversy? What do you mean?
Haven't you heard of it? It's pretty famous, you know?
This is like the first time Junpei has known something, I think.
The Titanic had a sister ship that was essentially identical. It was called the Olympic.
Oh, yes, I have heard of that. I think I heard it was troubled by a lot of problems. And the company that owned it didn't know what to do with it, right? So they made the Olympic up to look just like the brand new Titanic.
That's right. They also took out a huge insurance policy on it before it set sail.
Oh boy.
Huh. That would mean that the real Titanic never sank.
Yeah, the ships got swapped.
Whoa.
The real Titanic was renamed the Olympic in secret.
Sure. Yeah, that's real, but it's the Olympia. No!
They used it as a passenger ship for more than 20 years.
I can't believe they got fucking switched at birth, dude.
Hey, wait a minute. Wouldn't that mean it retired in 1935?
It's the Olympia, god, they can't even get that right.
Huh? Well, yeah, I guess sometime around then, yeah.
Well, what happened to it after that?
I heard it was dismantled.
Dismantled? Then it doesn't matter, does it?
Hmm.
Whichever boat the real Titanic was, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It was either retired and dismantled, or sunk in the Atlantic by the curse.
Okay, I think this is when she goes off on her
Then
not
that
zombie
would mean
mummy
that
shit.
This ship is...
Wait, what did you just say?
Huh?
Sank in the Atlantic because of what?
The curse, Junpei! The curse! The curse!
The curse.
What do you mean, a curse?
The curse!
A curse is a curse.
The curse!
This one is the curse of the Egyptian mummy.
Oh boy. There we go. There's the shit that she's talking about again.
But
Here, let
maybe
me-
it isn't.
yeah, shut the hell up.
It just appears that way because you didn't know it was true.
Yeah, what was... Yeah, there was a hot mummy on the Titanic, and she was saponificated, but not really, because she was frozen solid. Crystal mummy. That's not what ice mummies are, gang. Ice mummies are a thing. It's not just an Egyptian mummy that got really cold. It's not what they are. Okay. Yeah. I will say, I do still think, June is evil. I will also point out that, like, there's a possibility she is evil but doesn't know it. I want her to be evil the whole time, but there is the possibility of her being like a sleeper agent. I want her to be fully evil though. Okay, we're gonna go over here, and that wasn't the, was that the thing? Oh shit, that was the thing! To talk about the other Titanic? We got the key then. That was the choice? Okay, I really thought that there was gonna be another one. We got the key though. We're back in this room. Here we are again. Okay. Cause wasn't... I feel... I remember having a conversation with Santa that I felt was weird. I don't remember... I thought it would have been that. I don't remember what the conversation was, but I remember feeling weird about a conversation with Santa. I need that. What else do I get in here? I haven't gotten that yet. Sorry. How do I get that out? Okay, we need something small. It's not the scalpel. Just trying to remember what I'm doing here. Alright. Can't access that yet. And around here... Can't access that yet. Is there shit on this? Remember we talk about laxatives or something around here? This? Ah, I hadn't clicked on that yet. I thought I had. Alright. Got that. We look at our items. Combine with that. Got the key. We get these. Salt. Salt, ethanol. And carbon dioxide. I remember 2 and 3. What's ethanol again? Fuck, I clicked too fast. Nine. 293. Yeah. Was it that? Two. That would be 9. Or 3, 9, ammonia. Yeah, NH3, so 4. 3, 4, 9? Is that it? Excellent. Beautiful arm. Beautiful heart. Empty box. I keep double clicking. I'm hitting my double click button and it's doing...
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that...
Okay, any choices we need to make?
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well...
He's getting the medicine.
Ethylene diamine.
Yeah, that's right.
What kind of
It's not medicine.
Why would they
Detergent. Right, this is when we learn about the...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time we heard about the crystals.
Happened about... There was this factory somewhere. They were making it to sell as an industrial bomb.
Throwback to the crystals!
Something water molecules started. Once the crystals started, factory had to just
Yeah.
in there. After that,
Do we
they'd
learn
make the
something
crystal
from this?
In
Or is this
fact, even
nothing?
in after it happened.
Like, is there a...
Like the molecule transmitting information, this phenomena?
Yeah, that's...
Like, is there a
heard
choice
another
here?
When?
Hey there, Lev!
Yeah.
I see that balloons have happened to me.
I think that sounds familiar.
Yeah, hold...
Do you?
Okay. Yeah. Trying to focus on something far away. And story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. I mean, we do know about this now. Do you know about Ice 9?
About Ice 9?
Ice 9?
Is that what I'm going
Ice
for?
9. Ice 9.
Is that the choice I wanted?
Ice, ice, ice.
Baby? Suddenly Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman, she's on this boat. Cause, I mean, we learn about that. That's really fun. Like, immediately the thought is Lotus, because we learned from the other path that Lotus's kid was on here, you know? But we learned about ice that doesn't melt at room temperature from, June. Yeah. Oh, go back here. Sorry, I started skipping some dialogue. I should have hit the actual skip button. Let's see here. Da-da-da. Yeah, it was like, man, how do you say it? Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world. Right? Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded. Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know? I heard another story kinda like that one. When? In the freezer. What? The freezer? Yeah, June told me. Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absentmindedly rubbed the scar on his chin. Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh? That sounds familiar? Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there. Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he were trying desperately to focus on something far away. Do you know about Ice 9? Ice 9? Then that's when they started doing that. I'm sorry for skipping a little bit.
That woman?
Alice!
Alice?
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
What? Not where I thought this was going. I was like, oh, is one of these people named Alice? Then... Huh?
Huh?
Most women, I would say, don't melt at room temperature, unless I guess maybe if there are women who melt at room temperature, I suppose I probably wouldn't meet them because they'd be melted, huh? It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah. Alice wasn't the name of the mummy, right?
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right?
Sure.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
Sure.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors.
Okay.
The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
Could Alice be the name as the strongest fuck ice mummy?
The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies.
Cool.
The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
Okay. Treasures?
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water.
Treasures?
Drowned carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank.
Like treasure?
One of the things they found was a coffin.
Oh, I was really hoping you were gonna say a map with like a little island on it that has a palm tree on it, and there's a big X on there, and you gotta if we follow the map to the X and we dig it up, we can get buried treasure. But a coffin's cool too, like a door big enough for two people.
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one.
I swear, if this is the same coffin as in the other ending, that'd be really funny. Unless this is supposed to be... God, wait, is the mummy actually relevant? I don't want the mummy to be relevant.
The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled.
Oh my god, wait. It might be. It's not quite the coffin, is it? Because, yeah, this is a coffin, and then the one in the other ending was a casket. I'm pretty sure I know those the right way around, right? Let me double check. Coffin versus casket. I have those correctly in my brain, right? I don't have it vice versa. Yeah, sure, WikiHow. Oh no, I do have them backwards. But casket sounds like a much better word for a coffin. You know? I don't know. If it was a JoJo reference, it would go over my head. I've seen one singular episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that's the one where I think it's called Let's Go Eat Some Italian Food, or something like that. It's the one where they eat spaghetti. It's the one episode of JoJo I've seen. And then he punched the spaghetti. The spaghetti reverted back to its material components. And that was delightful. I had a good time with my one episode of JoJo.
It wasn't just a wooden coffin.
Well, now this is a casket now. I'll call you out for it, because casket... I feel like... Because it's the shape of it, right? It's... like the one that if you think about a vampire, I'm like, that should be a casket, but I guess it's a coffin, and then this would be a casket. That's stupid. I think I'd enjoy the second Protag's art if I ever want to give it a chance. I did like it. I watched that one. It was like one of the first one randoms that I did, and it was because I watch a lot of Drawfee. I think Drawfee, yeah, it's probably my favorite YouTube channel. And one of the hosts, Nathan, yeah, he said a lot, like, if you want to watch JoJo and you don't know whether it's good for you, you should watch the episode, Let's Go Get Some Italian Food. And if you like it, then that's a good gateway to get into it. Like, don't worry about it. If you can handle that one, it's good.
It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight.
Cool.
The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up.
Surprise box.
They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so unmade. Inside,
There was a marketable plushie.
they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
Why is the hot ice mummy relevant? Why does she look like Lotus? Is Lotus the fucking mummy? I've been wondering what the fuck is up with Lotus's outfit. I'm so scared. Is Lotus cosplaying the hot mummy? What the Oh my god, I don't think I can even... This is not how mummies work, my guy. This is not... Suspension of disbelief, okay? You know what? I gotta hold on to my suspension of disbelief. I'm this deep into it. You know, cold as fuck fire mummy.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition.
Okay, well at least her skin is brown.
They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess.
Cool.
She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible.
I would imagine.
But there was one body that didn't thaw. And that was...
The girl in the coffin.
And like, why is she... no, I think June mentioned that she was put in the coffin. That's not where she wasn't in, like, a sarcophagus and then, like, she wasn't put in that instead of a sarcophagus. I think she was taken out of wherever she was and put into somewhere else. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened.
How is this not like a common fact? I feel like if this actually happened, it'd be commonplace of fact. Like, Junpei would know about this, you know?
And a month passed, and another. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid.
Like, if this actually happened, this is gonna be in the fucking Titanic movie, you know? Mysterious as fuck ship mummy. There's gonna be a scene where Jack and Rose are like, let's go look at the dead body. And they sneak over to it. And then they're like, I dare you to touch the dead body. And it's like, holy shit. Am I taking an anecdote from a real-life person I know? Maybe. But it'd be funny if it was Jack and Rose on the Titanic.
After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle.
Sure.
Rumors about her started to spread.
Uh-huh.
People came to visit Halifax from all over.
Uh-huh. Was that... Sorry. No, Halifax was the name of the town. Okay, I was like, that is not an Egyptian name.
After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
They would call her... I'm sure that they came up with Alice as a pun of All Ice. They did not immediately jump to Could they not pick a fucking Egyptian name? Jesus. Fucking... No, you know what? For Canada, sure.
Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
There would be, like, an actual name for her as well. And then, like, Alice would be, like, the layperson name, I feel.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared.
What?
One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
She get up and walk away?
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body.
They not have fucking... When did... I guess... Did this happen, like... I figured that years had passed at this point. I don't know. I was about to, like, talk about CCTV. I don't know what time period we're at now. Why is Lotus the mummy? Why did she get out?
With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly.
Why? This isn't how mummies work. You know... It'd be... Just call her a corpse. She's just a corpse from Egypt. She's not a mummy. There is a process one has to undergo to become a mummy. None of those happened here, I assume, unless they fucking forgot to take all of her organs out. You know? They forgot to fucking wrap her and all that shit? Incan mummy. She's from fucking Egypt. They've been saying she's from Egypt. I mean, unless she's Incan and they've been fucking wrong this whole time, I feel like you could probably be able to tell, but I don't know. You got nothing? Yeah, it's just call her a corpse from Egypt, you fuckers.
After a while, I remembered her.
I'm so caught up on the mummy thing. If she was just being called a corpse, I'd be like, oh, weird, mysterious. Why are you calling her a mummy? She's not. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. You're lying to me.
Find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure that there's gonna be a fucking library on here that I can go and look in, like, the genealogy section or whatever and be like, yes. What's the name of those machines that they got in there? Those fun machines where you flip through the newspapers? Those are fun machines.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Okay, you're not implying that it's Lotus, but I am still going to think about that.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The microfilm, microfiche thing.
'Cause I know.
Yeah.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
Junpei gulped. He's like, Seven's just like, I'm the one who stole it. I did it.
Alright, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Seven nodded, slowly, and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that
Was
time,
it auctioned
word was
off?
that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world.
What this guy's got wearing the most fucked up tie I've ever seen. Why is his tie at a 45-degree angle? What the hell? Is it like, this looks like the middle part of the tie and then like the little bows at the end of it, right? Why is it over on like the lapel of his jacket? Why is the auctioneer a magician?
I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain.
We've heard that name before, right?
You've heard that name before, right?
Yeah!
Lord Gordain.
I can't believe that.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. And 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic.
Cool.
And he hit Alice somewhere on the Gigantic.
Sure.
Nobody knows where. He died in 1931.
1930.
Apparently, he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
Okay.
However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
He just had that phrase on lock. He just had that phrase, just like ready to go. He knew where he wanted to put that, and he was so waiting for somebody to ask him. He was just like, God, I got such a cool phrase to say when somebody asked me.
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Interesting. Interesting. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry Stream Elements was mean to you. I'll post that myself. Not fair, yeah.
Alice. Huh.
I think I copied it wrong. Whatever. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he had just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy.
I can't believe the mummy is relevant. Oh, I can't believe the mummy is relevant. Oh my god. I mean, isn't... Let me double check something. Yeah, the Brendan Fraser movie, The Mummy, did come out in 1999. 1999? Eh? Is that anything? Is that anything? Who knows?
They say that she was frozen.
Sure.
The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic,
yeah.
even though it was
I don't want to hear
the
that.
desert, her body...
And was that Egyptian priestess, Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9?
Okay.
No, that's nuts.
Thank you.
There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Unfortunately, Junpei, you are in a video game. Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Alright, if I look at the menu real quick. Yeah, that's one out of 2 keys. Go into here, I gotta get in here. Over here. Put the blue. Blue. Give me blue back. Give me blue. Back in here, put the red in. Excellent. Put the blue in. Excellent. Those all should be unlocked now. I can't open all 3 at the same time. I once again thought that the fake stomach was a really big nose. Okay. What was in here? Anything? Yeah, paper. Important. We go back. Turn around to you. Hi, ma'am. Put this on here. Combine! Nothing happened. We gotta swap them. And I believe we just literally swapped every single object. I guess except for the heart. Yeah, we go back over here. Pop that open. Key. Back this way.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah. Do the skip. Junpei, what do you want to do? Gave her the 4-leaf clover? That's the conversation with Santa that I thought was weird. He gave us a 4-leaf clover, a bookmark with a clover on it. Well, this is new, so we'll go with that.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Ah, here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. In the second class room. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for.
Sure.
Use it as a good luck charm.
I can't believe he remembered that. He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
That's the wrong video game.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
Okay, we have other things other than just hopes, you know?
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead.
He's not.
He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
I know where he is. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. You could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Of course! Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took her place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
Cool. Have you heard about the mummy? She said it again. Yeah, I'm glad that you're feeling better. Or worse, I don't know what you're feeling. Have you heard about the mummy? I've had 2 conversations this go about the mummy. Do you have anything to tell me about the fucking ice mummy? Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Is it about the mummy?
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
My immediate first thought was the Russian sleep experiment. Quickly followed by the Stanford prison experiment. So 2 really bad ones out of the gate, but not necessarily all bad. One of them real, one of them fictional. Not in that order, though. For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him. Oh, aside from the dictionary definition. Junpei, what do you mean your mind froze there for a moment? Hey, Junpei, are you also a sleeper agent? I mean, he could just be straight up a sleeper agent. I feel like June and Santa, maybe, are like, June and her lackey Santa are like intentionally evil. I could see him being like a sleeper agent or something. Or it's like something similar to Snake, you know? I don't know. Snake seemed to remember, though. At least a little bit.
What?
Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence, then. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
Ah! Is that something that Snake came up with and told to Santa, and then Santa repeated back? But now, like, Clover knows, is like, my brother made that up. Because Santa knew this. We learned this from Santa.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
You think Santa knows from the original experiment? Yeah.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this?
It's really funny. I do just straight up don't know why Junpei was brought along for this. I've not really elaborated on it because I'm like, he's the main character. He's relevant enough for me to not think that he's suspicious, you know? Like, I don't think that that's the plot twist of this game. Oh boy, I just... You know? I do wonder why he's here. Because, going with my theory, you know, June and Santa both doing this before, Snake confirmed having gone through this before, Ace confirmed being in charge of it, and Ninth Man, like, being a lackey. You got Lotus, whose kids were in it. Clover, who's the sister of Snake, who was in it. You know? Who knows? Like, what, Junpei just being friends was enough, or...?
What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. Junpei is just here for June to victory ball. Oh boy. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
You do know! I didn't know if he told you or not.
Wait. On this ship?
Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing.
Okay.
Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Fields that you can't see?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they said to control people, weird psychic shit, yeah. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
Okay. She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Ship of Theseus?
Huh?
All Junpei could think was, she's finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks?
What?
Or the ship of Theseus?
What the fuck is locked socks? Yeah, Ship of Theseus. What the fuck is that other one? Junpei grew even more confused. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. Hold up, you need to Google something, yeah.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
No.
So sassy in this pose. Junpei shook his head.
Really?
Clover laughed.
Okay, well pay attention then. This is how Locke's socks works.
Okay.
Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks.
Okay.
One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
I'm guessing the correct answer is patch it up.
I guess I'd patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Another patch, I guess?
I feel like if you've got that many holes in your socks, that's when you throw them away.
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's tough.
Yeah, so it's the same as Ship of Theseus, but with socks instead of a ship. Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the lock socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John, or is it Lucy now?
Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like locked socks in the Ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any number of internal organs. And here they had both.
John's head and heart are both his. But apart from those, and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
And that arm is the same one that, Snake is missing. Just a cool thing to note. That's something I think that we can think about during this ad break. Chat. We are about to experience 3 minutes of ads. If you need to go to the bathroom or grab a snack or get something to drink, now's gonna be a perfect time to do it so you don't have to miss out. You don't have to sit around and just watch those ads, or you don't have to sit around and wait for me to get back to gaming, because during these 3 minutes I won't be making any progress. You won't miss out on anything, don't you worry about that. But this is just your hourly self-care check-in and your reminder to fix your posture, take your meds, save your files, If you gotta, you should unclench your jaw, you should charge your devices, you should feed your pets, you should do some stretches. Take care of yourself. It's important to do, and I encourage it. Ding! That's the sound of me smiling. Sound of smile. Hell yeah. Size smile for boys. I'm still thinking about the real-time fan dub of Kingdom Hearts, I think. It's beautiful. Sometimes I'll say a sentence now and I'm like, that sounds like something Sora Kingdom Hearts would say, but specifically Holly Hollowtone's Sora Kingdom Hearts. I don't know enough about normal Sora Kingdom Hearts. I don't know enough about normal Kingdom Hearts in general. I watched the Brian David Gilbert video where he describes the plot of it. I know you're Sora. You go through all the Disney worlds. There's the Heartless. There's other shit. You got the Keyblades. Mickey, it's Riku. They put bugs on him. What? I love that video. They put bugs in him. Now, do I know what that means? Hell no. But they put bugs in him. Truly, like, watching that, I was just like, right, yeah. I forgot that there's, like, Final Fantasy shit in it. Why is there I know it's Square Enix, but why is there Final Fantasy shit in Kingdom Hearts? Because I always get so confused about it, you know? Because I feel like, why are they there? Why is Aerith there? I don't actually care to know, really, but it's just like, why? You know, why? Why is... It's just like all Disney and then like Sephiroth. It's like, what? Why are you guys here? This isn't a Disney movie. Why are you guys able to interact? What the hell? Why is Cloud Strife here in Disney's Hercules? This is crazy. Why is Donald Duck talking to Aerith Final Fantasy? I don't know what Aerith's last name is. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy. Actually, I think I do know enough about it. Enough is a very subjective concept, I would argue. As a person who's not really into Final Fantasy, I know enough about it. I don't need to technically learn more in order to accomplish anything. I could learn more. Theoretically. There are too many Final Fantasies for me to devote any amount of time into it, I feel. Final Fantasy is one of those media properties where I'm like, I just can't. There's too much. There's too much. Like One Piece? People talk about One Piece, I'm like, I remember hearing about One Piece like a decade ago and I was like, there's too much for me to get into it. It's like, it's still going. Like, guys, calm down. What the hell? It can't be that good. You know? Like, I don't care what the media is. It can be the best thing in the world. It should not go on that long. Now, I've not seen shit about it. I've seen one episode because I do that where I watch one single episode of random things. You know, it's not really a big judgment call on it. If you like it, you like it. But I feel like I don't think it needed to be this long, did it? That feels crazy. Alright, chat, the ads should be over. Let's go on and continue talking about John and his arm. Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born.
Every 7 years, I think it is, you're new.
Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate.
Once again, I don't know if that's how it really works.
If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? That's how we're all connected.
Yeah, that's called the circle of life.
Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
I'm seeing the themes, but I'm confused by them. The silence was broken by 7.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
7's head appeared in the doorway. Where are the crystals? Or, not where are the crystals, we're the crystals? I mean, that's how the Steven Universe opening goes. What if they said what if they were doing the theme, but they were really confused the whole time? We're the crystals? He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of 7. 7 seemed to catch on.
Oh? What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
No, it wasn't. We were just
Just...
playing with the mannequins.
Huh?
What?
Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. 7 stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
7, she was teaching me about the ship of Theseus.
You're a dick.
Good delivery. Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out at the door. With a short laugh, 7 followed. They stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, alright?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. Yep, there we go. We got 2 keys there. So we'll jump down to the chart room then, I suppose. Yes, so we should be here with... I forget who we're here with. It's either Ace or Lotus. I remember talking to somebody about the compass and getting pissed off at them because I felt like they were being condescending to me. Pocket watch. A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch.
Oh, pocket watch.
Yeah, skip. Yeah, there is.
There is.
Ace's eyebrows went up.
You checked on us. Now get out of here. We split this stuff up for a reason, alright?
Damn, he's pissed.
That's a lie. We didn't have to split up the work. I just want to talk to Clover alone. That's why I sent Ace to the wheelhouse. There's something I want to ask her, and I don't want anyone to overhear us. I'm pretty sure Clover won't talk if there's anyone else around. That's why when Ace showed up again, I got a little desperate. I had to make him leave.
Apparently that was correct, I think. Maybe it would have worked either way. Ace opened his mouth, and then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see. Of course.
Yeah, it's the same like, ooh, you guys are doing a flirt. Junpei let out a sigh and brushed a few drops of sweat from his forehead. He turned and found himself looking straight into Clover's eyes. She'd heard what Ace had said. She regarded Junpei with caution.
What was that about?
She was clearly suspicious, and with good reason.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Junpei's eyes widened, and he held up his hands in a gesture of innocence.
Oh, no, it's not like that.
What's it like then?
I just wanted to hear the rest of that story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now.
What story?
About the experiment, remember? The one you started to tell me in the operating room? You
Yee.
said something about an experiment that happened here 9 years ago.
Clover bit her lip. She stared down at the floor for several long moments, and when she spoke it was barely audible.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just not in the mood, okay?
You understand, right? I keep thinking about my brother. I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that to my brother?
Looks into the other room. Hey, Ace, do you want to tell her who would do something like that to her brother? Ace, do you want to tell her who would ever do something like that?
I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it.
Clover, here's a knife. Go.
They're gonna pay for it.
Or I'm sorry,
Promise.
an axe.
So...
Her shoulders were shaking. Drops of blood had sprung up on her lips where she was biting them. She wiped it off and looked up at Junpei, her eyes fierce and angry.
Junpei, who do you think did it?
Looks into the other room. Her voice was cold and scarcely above a whisper. Junpei gulped.
Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them. You need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors, and if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people.
You're right. So, what does that mean?
Well, if we just look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able to figure it out. Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Well, technically it's possible.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very likely.
In fact, I feel like it's just one guy. One guy who may be in another room.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Why don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Looks still into the other
Got
room.
it. Let's do that then.
Then who do you think it could be?
Ace. Junpei crossed his arms and thought. Snake's bracelet number was 2. Which 2 bracelet numbers, added to 2, would give a digital root of 3. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's do some math real quick. So... okay, if it's Ace, Snake, and Santa, that's 6. Ace, Snake... like, Clover's not an option, right? Yeah. Clover and us aren't options. Could be Ace and June. That's the one Ace option, is Ace and June. It's to 3, not to 9? Oh, to 3, you're right. It's to 3. Ace and Santa is 6. Ace and June is 9. Ace and 7. Ace and Clover. Damn, there's no option for Ace. Okay. Okay, it could be Santa and 7. It could be... okay, it's just Santa and 7 then? That's the only one that would add up?
Would it be Santa and 7? The digital root for Snake, Santa, and 7 is 3. Wait, hold on. Are Santa and 7 the killers?
No way.
What's wrong?
Clover looked at Junpei and he looked back at her. There was no point in hiding it.
Well, I thought about it, and...
he told her his conclusions.
That's what I thought.
She looked less surprised than he'd expected.
Santa and 7. If it was 2 people, then that's the only combination that works.
Hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities.
Well, what other possibilities?
He didn't have an answer. I do! I had an answer before I did the other ending. He was ready to admit defeat when Clover spoke.
Are you saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people? I really don't think that's likely.
Why not?
Can I borrow your pen and paper?
Clover put her hand out expectantly.
Yeah, here.
Junpei pulled out his pen and pad of paper and handed them to her. She opened the notebook and wrote down several simple addition problems. Eventually, she had 8, which provided a digital root of 3. It's 136, 145, 478, 4568, 1378, 1468, 1567, 34H7.
What's this?
Or 57. Why did I say H instead of 5?
These are the combinations for 3 or 4 people. These 8 combinations are the only possible ones.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Junpei,
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Why would you need to ask that?
So we can eliminate the ones with 5 in them.
Really?
Yeah,
So then I should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
of course. Just cross them out. And you should take off yours too. The ones with 4.
So, what does that leave?
A and E.
136. Not bad. My 3 most sus people. 1378. Okay.
Wait, it can't be A.
Why?
Because June's in that one.
Shut the fuck up.
There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you sure?
I'd bet my life on it.
Okay then. I can cross off A too, right?
He's so fucking stupid. Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, what have we got left?
E.
1378 and 3 and 7 are both in that one already.
Do you know what this means?
Everyone besides me, you, and June would be working together.
Do you think that's likely? If there were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious.
Exactly. If they had the majority, they wouldn't need to.
I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us, right?
Well, you do have a point.
And besides, if Ace and 7 are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went to the shower room with them. But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were killers, why wouldn't they?
Her voice was calm, but Junpei had only to look her in the eye to know it was a forced calm. There were tears forming at the corners of her eyes, and she was blinking furiously to keep them back. Perhaps by attempting an objective analysis of who might have killed her brother, she had been able to distance herself from the harsh reality of his death. The more she struggled to act unconcerned, the more Junpei felt his heart tighten.
Oh, I see. Anyway, I understand now. It seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people.
Yeah,
Then that means there's a good chance it was Santa and 7.
that's how it looks.
I disagree.
But why would they do it?
Even without knowing what I know from the previous ending, I disagree so strongly. There was a moment of silence.
Their motive.
He laid his hand gently on his shoulder. Fuck. He was close, so close to the answer. When Ace chose the worst possible moment to return. He raised a knowing eyebrow and then spoke.
Have I interrupted something?
We know you killed her! Whatever.
What is it?
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
Fine. He turned on his heel and walked back toward the wheelhouse.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Junpei looked over at Clover. He gave her a short nod, hoped that she would be willing to talk to him again later, and followed Ace.
What did you want to talk about?
Ace looked at Junpei and smiled. Perhaps more of a smirk than a smile.
There was something I wanted to check.
Yeah? What's that?
If you'll excuse me.
Just wanted to check, are you a virgin, dude? You're fucking up all of this flirting really badly, my guy. With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what the hell are you
This
doing?
again.
I'm just checking.
No, stop!
He reached for Ace's arm, but it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket.
Just as I thought. What exactly are these pieces of paper hiding in your pocket?
Once again, Junpei, why didn't you eat them? You should have eaten them.
You switched them, didn't you, when we voted? Well, I can't say that I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then, why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Can I have the paper back? Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned his heel and left. He didn't give them back. Ace is definitely gonna do his, like, fucking evil shit again, I think. And then, like, be like, and then, like, I'm gonna cast suspicion on Junpei by calling out that you did this. Here's my evidence. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
Cool. Can we look at... There we are. We'll jump to the captain's quarters. 2 more keys to get. Seek a way out. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Right, yeah, okay. Gotta get back into this shit. Okay, sorry, I'll look around. Screen shows the big hospital room. Central staircase on C deck. Don't recognize that room. Room on this screen looks really fancy. Small room somewhere you don't recognize. Central staircase B deck. Just a random hallway. That's not a random hallway! You were literally there before. See, there's the vase and the dog and the couch. Z-E-R-O. We got the one code thing. Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each, spelling out
Z-E-R-O, huh?
Oh, we've already done that.
Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero.
Huh?
Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a 0 on it. It's too obvious.
Thank you, Junpei.
Look, this is Zero right here. This dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy?
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder.
Are we suddenly they-theming Zero? Are we all of a sudden they-theming Zero? Because we had been... Because everybody kept he-himing Zero, and I was just like, okay, whatever. But just like, all of a sudden now... Now, like, I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I was just like, interesting, I don't know what he means by that, but I was like, they didn't think it would work. Why did they do it? Hmm?
I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all
God
this.
damn it.
He's making fun of us.
He learned pronouns for 1 sentence. He learned gender-neutral pronouns for 1 sentence.
Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him.
So whoever put this here is a they, them. Zero is a he, him. You know, they're... I don't know if Junpei thinks that whoever put the corpse here isn't Zero? Or fucking what?
Walking around with a Zero bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, he's mocking us. Too bad, suckers, this isn't Zero.
That or demonstrating the fact that you can take the bracelets?
Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me. It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
That's really twisted. But it almost seems kind of childish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me.
A nonary game. Junpei bent down next to the corpse.
Alright, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
Junpei sat back on his haunches and thought.
We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover.
Huh?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets?
Clover didn't move.
Okay, fine. Guess I'll do it.
Junpei had no choice but to move the body on his own.
Here we go.
He grabbed a hold of an area not completely covered in blood and shoved. It took a moment, but eventually Junpei felt that man's bulk begin to shift. But just as it did,
Uh-huh.
something fell from the man's left wrist.
Hey, it's the
bracelet with the 0 on the face. Yeah.
Oh god.
Junpei stared at the bracelet.
This man, he's dead, isn't he?
This man is dead. He is no more. What do you fucking
it's
want?
just- I guess I didn't really think about it until right now. If his bracelet's off, that means he's dead.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is...
You know. Shocker, whatever.
Well, he looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though. You know? I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kinda has it better, you know?
Just realized Clover couldn't escape in her evil ending. Is that true? Since it's not really a 0 bracelet? Yeah, true. But she could, like, grab, I think she could probably grab other people's bracelets, and if the 0 didn't work, be like, well, I'll just use these other ones from all of these other dead bodies.
Dying from a bomb going off inside of you? I mean, that's just...
Yeah, she took ours and was gonna use it with the 0. She also planned on killing literally everybody. But who knows? Either or.
Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something.
Yeah.
There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm. And,
Suddenly, Junpei realized what he was saying. How could he have been so cruel? He clapped his hands over his mouth. But it was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. She was glaring at him furiously.
What did you just say?
Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology could hardly atone for what he'd done, but he tried anyway.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
She finally gets to learn! Yeah, because on the other ending, she didn't get to learn that Snake was alive. Aww, she gets to learn on this one.
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but...
It is interesting that we learned this here, because it's like foreshadowed in the other one. But this just comes out of nowhere in this one.
I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was gonna see the details.
Clover took a quick, deep breath.
Are you sure it was his left arm?
Junpei thought back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm.
No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed.
Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Suddenly she was crying. Junpei wasn't sure what to do.
Thank you.
It was close to the last thing he had expected to hear.
Huh? What are you...
Junpei had no idea what just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks, and he couldn't understand why she would have chosen that moment to begin crying. So he simply stood there, confused.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened. Clover threw herself into Junpei's surprised arms.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry, it's just... I'm so happy!
Why?
The body in the shower room, it isn't his! It isn't my brother!
Okay, she is going to explain it. There was a part of me that was wondering if she just isn't going to explain it in this route.
Huh?
It's not Snake!
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is...
She stopped herself.
I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this.
Junpei decided it would be prudent not to press her for any more information. Truly, if he doesn't immediately go, oh, so it's a prosthetic, or like, so she knew that it was not him because the body had bones in the arms. Just like imagining Junpei being like, he had his bones removed from his arms? His arm was just a limp noodle? If she did not wish to tell him, she certainly had a reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely right. That meant that the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart.
But he's still alive. I'm so happy.
Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself up against his chest like a child. Junpei put his arms around her and held her tight.
I'm so glad!
Huh?
Junpei, you were right!
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
And then the good luck?
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
Cool. Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was a laminated bookmark with a 4-leaf clover.
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody, and I was angry and miserable. But because I had this 4-leaf clover, because of what you said to me,
Yeah.
Junpei hadn't thought his words would have had such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She looked up at him. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
And suddenly, Clover broke away from Junpei.
Huh?
He looked confused. He hadn't thought she'd react that poorly. Clover began to pace across the room. .360 sound, baby. 6 steps to the left, 6 steps to the right. Another 6 to the left, then she stopped.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Her eyes were serious, but not angry.
Yeah, he did. Did I, say something wrong?
Oh no, not at all.
Clover is putting the pieces together in this route, and Junpei has no fucking clue.
In fact, this could be really good news, I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Yes! Yes!
Subjects.
Oh! Tell me.
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me.
She was also there. Obviously. Why didn't I fucking... I was so caught up in, like, these other... Junpei, why weren't you there? It seems like this was the hip and happening place to be. Snake and Clover were both there. Fucking... Apparently, what? So Ace realized Snake knew, but didn't realize Clover did? Whatever, I figured everybody would be the exact same age, and, you know, they haven't been calling themselves twins, they've been saying siblings. So Clover was also there, Santa was there, Snake was there. I still think June was there. Jesus Christ, everyone was there. Yeah, it's like Ace was there in an administrative role, the Ninth Man as well. 7 was there in that he, like, broke onto the boat. Lotus was wanting to be there and that she was trying to find her kids. What the fuck was Junpei doing? Junpei!
But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group. So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Elaborate? Should have been at the experiment like the club.
Whoa. Okay, time out.
Yeah, tell us more? Junpei held up his hands. He took a deep breath and let it out.
Let's just calm down for a second.
Nevada?
Start from the top.
Yeah, elaborate?
Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on.
Okay, Junpei. I get the beginning, that last sentence became condescending.
If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Clover nodded.
Alright, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
You're saying words to me, girly. Can you... I can guess, but
fields.
I would rather you explain. He did, and the realization sent chills down Junpei's spine. What does the...
Alright, how about this?
Ah, okay, it's that thing.
Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Junpei recounted what Lotus had told him earlier. Clover nodded.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
But 16 divided by 2 is 8! Why didn't they get 18 kids? Unless there were 2 secret kids. You know?
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
The nonary game. 9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Maybe they had no 9? But it's a nonary game. It's not an octary game. Octa game. Because 9 is a freebie, remember? True. I don't know. Junpei grabbed the sides of his head.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
Clover bit her lip. She blinked back sudden tears. What had happened to her back in Nevada?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
So, okay. I assume then, because she mentioned, like, she was a part of the Nevada group. Snake was a part of the boat group. I'm assuming then that Ace was on the boat, which is why he was able to figure out who Snake was and not Clover?
You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany.
Yeah.
And what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy.
The lives of the wicked should be made brief and the rest of us death should be a relief? Is that the epiphany?
When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
So, the basis of this experiment, if I can say this in layman's terms, is going, hey, you know how when people are really hopped up on adrenaline, they get stronger? Like, you know, there's like stories of like people being able to like lift cars when they're hopped up on adrenaline, when they're in danger and they want to do shit. Like, what if we took that physical thing and made it a brain thing and people could beam thoughts to other people when they were in danger? Am I understanding this correctly?
So you're saying the nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
Junpei felt the sudden grip of despair on his heart. Can't say that word. Something deep and distant and powerful. I thought that said sneezed. I was like, what? Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment he felt very, very empty and alone.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but...
Her name was Akane.
I did hear her name.
Was it Akane?
Her name was...
The sound of the door opening was like a gunshot. Junpei spun around.
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Ace, stop fucking walking in this room. Stop walking into this room. Stop it. Turn around. Get out of here.
Ace.
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long.
Get the fuck out of here. He's listening at the door like a freak, yeah? He's like, I can't wait to listen to these two weird... I don't know how old Clover is, but I feel like she's like 18. If I had to guess, I would say 18. Like, to these two young adults fucking. And it's just like, oh shit, they're talking about my old job. Ace glanced down at the floor. At the corpse covered in blood.
At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble and I could really use your assistance. Come on, it'll only take a moment.
With that, he turned and walked back towards the communications office. Clover waited until he was out of sight and spoke in a small, quiet voice.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
Huh? Hey, wait!
What was her name? Was it Akane? Clover ignored him. From outside, Junpei could hear Ace calling.
Junpei? What are you doing in there? Hurry up!
Grumbling to himself, Junpei stomped off towards the communications office. Okay, wait, I missed one. Wait, what did I miss? Unless it's... No, because I think they do activate top-bottom first, right? I remember that was... What did I miss? But even doing this, I feel like... There's no... Like, for Clover to suddenly turn around and go all axe crazy feels like... not the vibe, you know? What did I miss? Yeah, because I didn't even do anything in here yet. That's like the first thing I did. Yeah. Because we just do that.
Huh.
And this is when we talk about that. Like, is there something else in the room I was supposed to interact with before doing that? Because that has to be it, I suppose. Unless I can do them in whatever order. Okay, I'm gonna try and just finish up this escape room. And then I'll look back at the flowchart. I love how we have to sit through these bits. We can skip through all of the other text, but, you know. And what's the relation to the mummy? When are we gonna talk about that mummy again? The mummy was really relevant at the beginning of this path, but not so much anymore. Blank paper, right, yeah. Door locked. Lock. Clickety clockety. Dickety dockety. Screwdrivers. Ink. Nothing in the drawer. Back into here. I've already looked at that. There it is. Nothing on the bed, right? Yeah. Combine with ink. Combine with paper. Back to the codes. Yeah, there we go. Bit bob boop. Two, three, four, five. Bit, 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 bit. There we go. Unlocked the drawer. Red file.
All ice.
Oh, right. Right, yeah, this thing, right, yeah, okay, yeah, the mummy's coming back into play. I was wondering what the fuck was up with the mummy. When we heard the mummy just the one time, I was like, okay, just a weird thing you're dropping. Alright, moving on. Bringing the mummy back, it's like, okay, you're mentioning the mummy twice, the mummy keeps being relevant, the mummy is plot. Here's the mummy, here's the mummy. Everybody cheer and clap for the mummy.
Alice. Does this mean...
Junpei couldn't hold back. He had to know what was in that file. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages on the file, and each was full of these strange symbols.
What the hell is this?
He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him. Well, yeah, because he didn't recognize hieroglyphics like a fool.
So it would seem.
Bottom deck library! Because, I mean, I mentioned the thing about going to look at, like, newspapers and stuff. There's also, what was it that Seven had said, where the, where the body was. I feel like there's something about, like, a forest or something about knowledge that made me, in the back of my mind, my only thought was library, maybe? But then I was like, there's not a library on the ship, so I didn't voice that out loud. Is there a mummy there?
Bottom deck, library. Oh.
Junpei remembered something he'd heard from Seven when they'd been in the chemical closet.
Seven said something like...
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic.
Forest of Knowledge. That's the thing.
Could beneath the navel mean the bottom deck? And the Forest of Knowledge is the library? Then could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the library?
What's wrong? Something on your mind?
Junpei blinked. Only then did he notice Ace looking at him. Curiosity and concern written across his face in equal parts.
Yeah. I just remembered something.
Is that so? What about?
Well, don't laugh, okay?
There's a mummy. There's an ice mummy, and she's really fucking hot, dude. We need to find her. She's so hot. There was no reason for Junpei to hide his thoughts. Believe you me, you're gonna see and you're gonna be like, holy shit, that's the most attractive mummy I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna be blown away. He began to explain his theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be. So he told Ace everything June had told him.
The Egyptian priestess, an Ice Nine. Interesting.
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic disaster? They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice.
And you think that he hid her in a small room, beyond the library on the bottom deck?
This is nothing. Ace, we gotta get horny over a mummy. You can't say that to somebody literally named Ace. I forget... What was Ace's real name? Because it was not Gordain. It began with a G, didn't it? Am I able to look that up yet? Am I able to Google Ace 999? If I just, like... I'm not gonna look at his page. If I just Google it. Gentaro. I was like, if I just look at the name of the title of the whatever, I'm most like, I think there's a fandom wiki. You gotta hope sometimes. Gentaro. Gordain died in the 30s, though. Well, if the mummy is Lotus... I don't know if the mummy is Lotus. Gordain died in the 30s. This guy could be related. Look, if their names start with the same letter...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is just a theory.
A game theory. Ace stared off into the distance, his hand slowly and absent-mindedly stroking his beard. But if she was in ice, then it's normal for her to beat a mummy. Sure, yeah. After a few moments, his hand stopped. He turned slowly to look at Junpei. His brows drew together.
Junpei, have you ever heard of the term CAS?
No?
Cass.
The angel from Supernatural?
It stands for Cells Alive System. It is an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. Put simply, it is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals.
Okay.
Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane. CAS, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, and then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form.
Like, I do know that things like, when you freeze things, they, like, get a little bit bigger or whatever. A little bit. But in, like, the fact that they're, like... You know, if you've ever... I did a lot of, like, science experiments as a kid. I remember, like, if you'd have, like, a plastic water bottle and you put water in it and then you put it in the freezer and you keep taking it out and, like, letting it melt and do things, it'll get weird. Why the fuck is it genuinely... I just truly... I'm like, why the fuck... But they said that the mummy had brown skin. Is she a descendant of the mummy?
It was originally developed for the preservation of food, as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things.
Sorry, what? I straight up, I didn't process what you were saying here, and then I just heard rumors it can be used for ... other things, and I was immediately like, porn? Or sex? What? Preservation of food. Okay.
What do you mean, other things?
Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel.
The aliens? The crystal gems?
Space travel? Are you serious?
I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly say there's a spoiler that I thought was about Your Turn to Die that I'm getting the impression that it might have actually been about this game, and I won't say what it is until it happens, because there's still the chance that I'm wrong. You know? But I think if you know, I guess if you know the game, I think you know what I'm talking about here, potentially. Unless I'm still thinking about Your Turn to Die. In media, men are one shade and women are lighter. Yeah. I'm sure Egyptian ice mummy functions the same way. All ice mummies turn whiter if they're women.
Surely you've heard of suspended animation. Cryogenic freezing?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a movie.
It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films.
Don't call me out. That's what I said.
People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space.
Yeah. That was when Junpei understood what Ace was suggesting.
Whoa, wait a minute there.
Wait, yeah, same, going back. Alien mummy? Alien mummy? Mummy in space? Mummy in space? Mummy in space? Mummy in space? Ace looked at him and raised an eyebrow.
Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that cast thing?
Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility.
For space? Crystal Space Women! It fucking is Steven Universe! I kept saying that as a joke! It's Steven Universe! This game was the prequel the whole time! Rebecca Sugar played this video game and was like, I gotta make a TV show about this, and that's how Steven Universe was made.
If the special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and casts were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously.
You think she could be alive?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course.
You know, is this why they kept calling Lotus old? Is this why they kept calling her old? Because she's like 2,000 years old. Or like more than that, I don't... She's an Egyptian mummy ice. She's a fucking popsicle? She's thousands of years old is why they say that? Is that foreshadowing? I hope it's foreshadowing, otherwise it's just misogyny. It's still misogyny, but at least it would be misogyny with a purpose. I feel insane. Keep telling me about the mummy.
I'm only talking about possibilities.
Yeah, the space ice mummy.
The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right?
Isn't that human?
If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature...
That's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about?
Unless we're talking Celsius. I forget what this game uses.
You're quite right. It does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor.
I feel like if it was Celsius, though, if it was 96 degrees, she would be... You know? Like, I don't think you could survive that. Okay, we got a lot to unpack here. So I think this is a great time. My brain is fucked. Chat, there's gotta be 3 minutes of ads. Please take care of yourself. If you need to go to the bathroom or grab a snack or get something to drink, now is gonna be the perfect time, because we're not gonna make any progress on the game during the ad break. You won't miss out on anything. This is also your hourly self-care check-in, so please fix your posture, take your meds, save your files, charge your devices, feed your pets, do some stretches, and unclench your jaw. Boy oh boy. Boy oh boy. So the mummy is relevant. The mummy is relevant. The mummy is relevant. The mummy is incredibly plot important. The mummy was wearing very similar outfits to Lotus. The mummy might be Lotus. If the mummy is Lotus, then she either doesn't remember it or she remembers and is just not addressing it. She has kids? I guess no, she did. She's like, I was about to be like, unless she adopted, but she was like, oh no, I had kids young, which is typically not a thing you say about adopted children. I've heard of freezing your eggs, but this is ridiculous! Oh my god. I guess I could, there is reasonable... That thing that I knew about a game like this, I think I can say it now, because it's reasonable for me to jump to this conclusion now. Now that he's said that. I thought it was your turn to die, but it's maybe this... Are we in space right now? For space travel? Are we in space? Unless... Cause... I thought that was a different game. Maybe that could also be the sequel. Because there's 2 games in the Zero Escape series. It could be foreshadowing, that could be... I just knew that that could be Your Turn to Die. I know that in one of these games it's in space. Is that this? I didn't think it was, but now he's saying shit that I thought that it might be in space. Aliens! Aliens real? I don't know if aliens real. I don't know why we're in space, if we're in space. I could be wrong. I don't know why we would be in space, is the thing. Space Titanic. That's the plot of a Doctor Who episode. Genuinely. I remember that one. Vaguely. I think it was a David Tennant. I don't know. I just remember the settings. I thought that the set design was cool, and I liked the robots. I don't remember anything else about it, though. I could be wrong. Has Zero explicitly only called it a ship and rather than a boat? And we're in a spaceship? I don't remember every piece of dialogue Zero has had. I still feel insane. I feel like if this is the correct plot twist, and this happens, I still feel like I am still going to go insane at the confirmation of it. You know? I can't believe Steven Universe real. Steven Universe real. This is what Rose Quartz was doing when she fucked off for a couple years and just did this. Add that to her things that she needed to get redemption for. She was Zero this whole time. But you know, it's fine. You're just seeing it in reverse order. She got better after this. Don't worry about it. Okay, the ads are over. The Mummy. The mummy. The mummy. Like, why did they do that to the mummy? Was the mummy real? Like, that actually, when the mummy...
You mean the guy dressed like a captain?
Yes. He was dead when we found him. Clearly, he was murdered.
Give me some plot to grasp onto, so I'm not just trying to fix that to understand the mummy.
But if he was murdered, then by whom? It couldn't have been one of us. That would be impossible.
Yeah, why is he dead? Yeah. I don't know, I still feel like he was one of those 4 guys that was in the list in the other ending.
In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door 1. That door that requires the Earth key prevented us from accessing door 1.
Yeah, and there's all the space doors.
Who was it that opened that door?
Santa and Lotus.
Right. Clearly, the 2 of them could not have opened door 1, or any other door for that matter.
What? Sorry, what happened? Okay, yes, who is in door 1?
Who else then could have done so?
Junpei thought for a second.
Nobody.
After Santa and Lotus used the Earth key, they turned back and met up with me and June. Then we returned to the large hospital room and found Ace, Seven, and Clover. While we'd gone into the shower room, Ace, Seven, and Clover had stayed behind. But it's impossible for those 3 to open door 1. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door 2? No, still won't work. We were only gone 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters, killed that guy in there, and run back that fast.
No human being. But have you considered ice mummy and/or aliens?
It would be impossible for any of us to be the murderer. That being the case, who could have killed him?
The fucking alien mummy.
Wouldn't it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time?
That's why Lotus isn't brown. It's because she's an alien. She's not really Egyptian.
A person like that would know the ship well.
Oh my
They
god.
would know the locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors. The numbered door would mean nothing to someone like that. It would be a simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters.
Then you're saying the killer was Alice?
It was Junpei's turn to raise an eyebrow. Ace drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully.
Well, this is all only one possible theory.
A game theory.
All ice. Alice, is she really somewhere on the ship?
Junpei had only one clue. The key card in his hand.
Maybe this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge and the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now. I'll come back to this later.
He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. There we go. That's 2 keys, motherfucker. Let me in. They stepped outside the captain's quarters and into another hallway. We'll just do the skip. They're running. He gets the map. Clover had stopped to go and pick up the...
A note.
Oh, I guess it's something different. She went back to... Because she doesn't need to go back and get the 0. Because she knows that Snake is alive.
A note?
Yeah, I found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something.
The same thing that was in her dead body hand. But use
The hell?
the bracelet.
Let me see it.
No, not right.
But Junpei wasn't going to get to see it. From the other end of the hall, he heard Ace's voice.
Hey, Junpei, Clover! What are you two doing? Hurry up!
The fucking using the number 2 kills me.
He's getting mad.
Clover shrugged.
I'll show it to you later, all right? Come on, we gotta hurry.
Before Junpei could protest, she was gone. I Around the corner, and off down the long stem of the L. Note? Note. Junpei was curious. But there was something else that bothered him.
From the look of that pocket, it doesn't particularly look like just a note.
Okay, so she still did pick that up.
Jeez, what are you thinking? For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later, and ran off after Clover. We run out here. We run into the other guys. They reached B deck at the same time. Yeah, Santa, June, 7, and Lotus.
Jumpy! Clover!
June's face was excited. Something had happened, that much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We found it!
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
The last door! We found door 9!
What?
Come on! Just follow
can't
us!
skip.
We'll explain on the way!
Okay.
7 turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
Why did he say it like that? He had such a rhythm to it. We should get going as well. The rest followed.
Jumpy! We finally made it!
The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it. At least not yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind.
I don't know how the math works, but sorry, June and Santa.
2 people? Is there a way?
I know there's 2 doors. They don't know that yet. Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Found
Let's
word.
go, Jumpy!
June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. The people in this game are always so good at math. I know I've said it before, and it's not particularly relevant right now, but every time I think about it, it's wild. They do the math so quick. As a group, they piled into the elevator and rode impatiently down to E deck. It looked familiar. There was a metal grate between the 2 elevators. 7 grabbed a hold of it and began to talk.
I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, the 4 of us got into the elevator on the left, and that took us to the other side of the grate. After that, we headed down another hallway. It took us toward the bow, and eventually to the number 6 that you 2 found earlier. We opened it and kept going. There was another locked door behind it, like usual, but this time we had to complete 2 different areas before we could unlock it. Once we were through that door, there was another hallway that went the other direction, toward the stern.
So, on your way, you found the elevator.
That's right.
So, in other words, you kinda did a lap, huh? You came from that side to this side.
Yeah.
With that settled, Junpei looked around.
So, where's the number 9 door?
Over here. Follow me.
7 began walking, down the hallway that led toward the stern. Junpei and the others broke into a jog to keep up with them.
By the way,
They had been walking for a while, June in silent step with Junpei when she spoke.
you know, it's because of Santa that we're all here right now.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
That all 7 of us are going to door 9.
What?
You don't get it? Santa, 7, and Lotus. What's their digital route?
3, 7, 8, 9.
9. It's 9.
That's right. They could have just left me behind and kept going if they'd wanted to.
But they didn't.
Then why are you singling out Santa?
Yes, because Santa wouldn't let them.
Are you saying that Seven and Lotus would have done it?
He said, we can't leave June and the others behind. That's why we went looking for you guys.
Okay.
And then you got on the elevator and went back to the central staircase.
Let me just ingratiate my co-conspirator to you.
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't have called that one. That Santa would be the one to stick up for you, I mean.
I could've. Junpei felt his eyebrows knit as he considered that.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Perhaps Jun had sensed Junpei's concern.
I don't mean that Seven and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. We were just talking about it, and Santa objected to it first.
Is that so?
Junpei was about to respond when Seven suddenly stopped.
We're here.
In front of them stood a door.
So, is this...
Yeah.
Junpei couldn't see Seven's face, but he could see him nod.
There's no other place for us to go.
Nope. Just look around. There's a big old iron wall at the end of the hallway. The other hallways on the left and right are blocked by metal grates.
I see.
It looked as though Seven was right. The door in front of them was their only choice.
All right, let's get moving.
He pulled open the door and walked in. Junpei took a deep breath and followed. So what, they found this door but they didn't notice the second one? It appeared they'd been telling the truth.
No way.
The first thing Junpei saw as he entered the room was the number. 9. Like all the others, it was a rough thing made of red paint. The door it decorated sat on the back wall of a rectangular room. Junpei ran up to it.
The 9 door.
It was a large double door with powerful styling. Something about it was almost majestic, and it made the red paint look especially garish.
We're finally here.
I'd like to note that, like, the 9 is underneath the pulley thingies. I forget what they're called. You know? They're not knobs. the bars, I suppose? The 9 is underneath that, implying that the 9 was there and then they added handles. They added the handles. Junpei grabbed the handle and shook. I could have just hit it and then it would have said it to me. It didn't budge, but then he hadn't really expected it to. The red was bolted to the wall next to the door. Its display read vacant.
No doubt about it. This is door 9. Oh, finally! This is the last!
Junpei felt a flood of emotion wash over him. He felt a chill down his back, and his chest tightened even as his blood began to boil. There was a moment of complete silence.
Junpei, look behind you.
He turned around.
Behind? What?
Junpei could scarcely believe what he saw.
Why? A door and a 9. There's another one? Hey, what the hell? What the hell is going on here?
His words came slowly, and his brain struggled to understand what he'd seen. On shaky legs, he made his way to the second 9. It was a small door, set parallel to the door they'd come through, but in the other corner of the room. 9. There was no mistaking the number, and if any more proof was needed, a red was bolted to the wall near the door.
There's a red there too! That means... And of course it won't open.
He grabbed the handle and shook the door, but not because he expected it to open, but because he had to make sure it was real.
Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
If they can find Snake, they can all make it out, right? I think you remember them establishing that if they all could have made it, if everyone survived? Yeah. Something secret ending 6, you see it? Yeah. Cause it's, Cause what? We currently have 7 of us now, and then it's Snake gone, and we don't know where... We don't technically have 9 with us, but Ace has the 9 bracelet, but also I don't believe the 9 bracelet is even necessary. I think, because it's like when you add 9, you don't really... It doesn't affect it. Yeah. So what? We could all get out of here as long as we had the 2, but we don't. Do we? Nobody took the, I mean, if we found Snake, we could find it. Because there's two bracelets. Because there's the one where Guy X's body was, and then there's the one that Snake is wearing in the coffin.
Do you think perhaps one is the right door and the other is the wrong one?
Shut up. Lotus was skeptical.
I don't know about that. It seems unlikely.
As unlikely as you being a fucking mummy from space? I don't know. What are you? Lotus, what's your opinion on mummies?
What makes you say so?
Well, think about all the rooms we've been through so far.
You're paler than Aces, I think, you know?
They're full of puzzles, but there are always hints about how to solve them. I'm pretty sure there aren't any rooms where we just had to go with our best guess and leave it to instinct to solve the puzzle. Do you really think that at the very end of the game, Zero's going to suddenly throw in something that depends entirely on luck?
Then you're saying there's some sort of hint in this room?
No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere in here.
The coffin? The coffin on the altar? I know it's not, but that would be my
I
guess.
searched it very well when I was in here before. I didn't find anything that might have been a hint, though.
Well then, that means...
Yeah, both of these are the right door. I mean, if you think about it.
I love how it's June and Santa explaining it.
Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be
Yeah.
secret.
Junpei began to mutter to himself.
So if there are 2 number 9 doors, if we split it up right,
That's not gonna work.
Junpei blinked and looked up at Clover. She held out her hand.
You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them?
yeah, here.
Slightly confused, he pulled them out and handed them to her.
Look at this.
Clover opened the notebook to a blank page and set it down on the desk. Everyone else gathered around her and watched as she wrote down a series of numbers.
You get it? The numbers on the top are all the combinations with digital roots of 9. The numbers on the bottom are the people who don't fit. There's only 8 possibilities if we split up into 2 groups of 3 or 4 people.
16! Well, we need Snake.
So...
If 3 people go through the door, then 4 are left behind. If 4 go through, then 3 are left behind, right?
yeah.
Clover nodded, almost as if she were pleased with herself for solving a difficult math problem.
No way.
I mean, she did. The room went very quiet. Silence lay across everyone like a thick, heavy blanket. No one spoke. Their faces were blank.
Come to think of it,
Desperate for something else to look at, Junpei turned his eyes to the room around him.
what is this room?
The walls were covered with candles. The wavering flame made the shadows of Junpei and his companions look as though they were dancing. 2 rows of wooden pews filled most of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony. But what kind?
Between them was a strip of rich red carpet. The carpet ran straight through the room, ending at the door that pointed at the stern of the boat. At the other end of the carpet,
Is that an altar?
it was a recessed space set into the wall between the 2 other doors. Sitting on a raised section of the altar was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin.
A coffin?
There's a mummy in there!
No, it couldn't possibly be.
But if it wasn't, then whose body occupied it? That was as far as Junpei wanted to pursue that line of thought. He decided not to think about the coffin for the time being. At that moment, Seven spoke. There was an edge of humor to his voice, but it was forced.
Okay, I give up. I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer. But I guess nobody's got the guts to do it.
What are you talking about?
Volunteering to stay behind. Junpei didn't understand, and he wasn't the only one.
What? You guys didn't figure it out yet? Fine, let me enlighten you. Clover was mostly right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something.
Oh, the two?
She wasn't really wrong, she just... screw it! Let me just write it out.
Seven scratched up the notebook and began to write within it. Or snatched up the notebook and began to write in it. Everyone else clustered around him, desperate for a look.
If you're trying to leave with a group of 3 and a group of 4 and get everybody out, Clover's right. But there's another way. Only one combination, though.
Aww.
If you split us up into groups of 3, 3, and 1, you can make this combination.
Wait, this means...
Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or anything like that. Even if he hadn't been the hero back in the big hospital room, I'd still be saying the same thing.
The same thing? Are you saying?
Yeah, I am. I'll stay behind.
Thanks for the reaction shots, everybody. Santa?
Why are you
Okay, I
acting
guess not.
so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot?
Lotus was the first to speak. Really do like Seven. This isn't evil of him. Yeah. That in itself was a little strange. She'd reacted much differently when Ace had volunteered.
No, I am completely against this. I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna have to owe you for getting out of here.
The rest of them began to speak all at once.
I'm against it too. I didn't want to leave Ace behind, and I don't want to leave you either.
I don't like that idea. There's gotta be other options.
I disagree as well. I can't say I care much for you being the hero.
It's like, I was going to, you know, I was gonna not do that, but, you know, you know, I was definitely gonna be like, oh, sure, yeah, thank you for that, but then everybody else started talking, and, finally, they quieted down. They shut up. Junpei looked at Seven.
Well, there you go, Seven. Proposal denied.
Proposal? That's such a fucking... Okay.
Clover's right. There's gotta be a better way than this.
Seven made some noise that was somewhere, but made some noise that was somewhere between a derisive snort and a cough.
Doesn't make any sense.
He was doing his best to pretend they were making a foolish decision, but Junpei could see the twinkling of water at the corner of Seven's eyes. That was when Santa spoke.
Whoa, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet.
Until then, Junpei hadn't realized that Santa had stayed quiet for the whole discussion of Seven's fate. Something in his voice made Junpei uncomfortable.
Are you... agreeing? You want to leave him here?
Santa shook his head.
Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave Seven here alone.
Then I don't see how it matters.
I said alone.
Huh?
I said I don't want to leave Seven alone.
There was a dull shine in Santa's eyes. They were cold and hard. Junpei felt himself shiver.
What the hell are you...
What? You don't get it? I can't leave just one person. I need 2 more. 3 people, including Seven. I'll be leaving behind 3 people.
What?
That's my proposal. No, those are my orders.
What?
What do you mean, orders? What the hell makes you think you can order us around? Who the hell's gonna listen to you?
So you're saying so me and June will stay here? You're saying like, okay, just like, oh, like a group of 4.
You all will. In 3 seconds, you won't have a choice.
Are you being evil right now?
What?
3, 2, 1.
Santa was so fast, Junpei could barely see him. When he moved, it was almost like watching a dance. His feet moving like lightning. He's spunning. They love to do this. Every single woman now has been threatened either at gunpoint or knife point. This is like the opposite of a Bechdel test, I feel. You know? Like, what the hell? We need to get 7 threatened. Yeah. Like, come on, guys. We'll balance the scales. Bruh. Every single woman. Can you calm down? Okay, so you're saying that... Yeah, he's saying he wants a group of 4 and 3, and then, like, leaving the 3 or something like that. This is so bad, yeah.
See? I told you.
His lips curled into a cruel, mocking smile.
Huh? What?
Yeah, what's your motivation, bud? I mean, this still could be like a, you guys are in this together, you know? But, like, if you are, like, if you're not a lackey, then, like, what's your motivation, my guy? What? A shudder traveled the length of Junpei's spine. Like, at least Ace got to do a monologue beforehand. His chest froze and he could feel his breath go stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei felt as though his head were about to explode. Santa's sudden change in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. The gun in his right hand, a revolver. Santa had grabbed June from behind and pressed what Junpei's shaken brain identified as a revolver roughly against her temple. Why would he want a group of 4 and 3? Why does he care about that? Why wouldn't he care? Why wouldn't he... Like, why not the 3 and 3? So that we have a chance of ganging together? Because it's like, who would the groups kill? Because it's like, okay, we have 3 and 6 here. Who does he hate? You know, I'm assuming... I feel like the people who he would leave behind, in my mind, are gonna be Junpei, because main character, and Clover, because she's played such a key part in this, and then 7 because already mentioned. So that leaves Lotus and Ace, who are both 9 themselves, so 9 and 9, 18, 9. That works. And then, you know, obviously I know that this will work, but just so I can visually see it, Junpei and Clover and 7, and then once we find Snake, we can then go through the other door. That's how... I'm assuming that Santa has been really good at math in the past. He's been like one of the quickest guys on the draw. I feel like he realized that. I'm still feeling like he's lackey, you know? That like, that this is a June 0 Santa lackey sort of situation. And with that being the case, you know, that could be, him being like, really doing a redux of this whole Ace thing, huh? Yeah, well, this would be him intentionally knowing that Snake is in the coffin, and being like, if they find him, 1000% are not getting the big bad reveal right now, yeah. Like, if they find him in the coffin, then we can be like, let's go! And then we, like, we can meet up with them later down the line like we did with Ace. And, like, he's doing it intentionally, is my theory. But who knows? Let's continue the game.
Why? What the hell is that?
Where on earth had Santa possibly found a gun? Junpei's questions roared in his mind, but his mouth refused to ask them. 7 spoke, almost as though he'd sensed Junpei's confusion.
The gun's from the other room.
What room?
One of the rooms behind door 6. I should have known he was gonna do this. I should have taken the gun.
Once again, guys. Take the bullets, leave the gun.
Well,
Eat the
it's
bullets.
too late now, fat ass.
Now that's just rude.
Damn it.
Swallow bullets like pill. A mixture of fury and frustration twisted Seven's face, and he glared at Santa. Santa, for his part, didn't so much as flinch. The corner of his lip twitched into a slightly wider smile. Then the smile faded, and he began to move. He walked backward, dragging June with him. Before long, his back was resting against the door. On the wall next to him was the red. He put his hand on the scanner panel quickly, then forced June to do the same.
Now, time for you to start following my orders.
Let's see if he does the exact lineup. I mean, well, yeah, I think it's the only way it works. Well, he could also take Junpei and Clover. But, you know, that's just weird.
Ace, Lotus, congratulations! I've chosen you to come with me.
It's exactly like I said.
Put your hands in the red.
That was what Santa had meant when he said he needed 2 more.
Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order.
Like, it's such a crazy thing to do. 'Cause, like, if he's not Zero or working with Zero or anything like that, there is literally no reason for him to do this. Because he would have left anyway. He would have gotten out anyway. There's no reason. Santa's eyes narrowed to slits. He glared at Ace and Lotus. They stayed, frozen, like deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car.
Right, fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys just don't get it.
No sooner were the words out of Santa's mouth than his hand twitched, and the gun roared. A section of the floor exploded, scattering wooden splinters across the floor. A thin plume of smoke snaked out from the hole in the floor. There could be no doubt that the gun was real and worked.
He really shot it? But why? Santa, why are you—
5 bullets remain. Clover's voice spoke of betrayal and disbelief.
Santa, I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends.
I feel like she clocked him as an experiment boy.
What?
Yeah, no wait, yeah, because obviously he did the Clover. He has to know about Snake, yeah.
You knew about the leaf words and the 4-leaf clover.
Santa's cheek twitched, almost imperceptibly.
What the hell is that shit? I've got no idea.
You're lying!
Shut up! Just shut up! You stupid bitch!
Cut to Ace in the corner like, both of them too? God damn it! I just tried to kill one of them and both of these guys too? God damn it!
You want me to put a bullet in your fucking head?
Flecks of spit flew from Santa's mouth. His face twisted with rage. Clover recoiled, her eyes wide. When she spoke, her voice was very small.
Santa.
He snorted, then shook his head vigorously and turned to face Ace and Lotus.
Alright, assholes. What are you still standing there for? Get over here and scan those bracelets. I don't have all day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to go? Going senile, maybe?
Santa? Sorry, I'm still thinking about the way that she just said Santa. He's not jolly enough. He's just like big eyes. Ace and Lotus still didn't move. It almost seemed as if they couldn't move. June's face was pale behind Santa's arm. Her eyes were wild and her chest heaved with every quick breath, like an animal cornered by a predator. Junpei's mind worked furiously. What were they going to do? Then he realized something. There was nothing they needed to do. There was nothing to debate.
That's it.
June's safety was the first priority. That much was obvious. Doing as Santa had commanded meant that she would be safe from at least 2 threats. She wouldn't be shot, and she would leave the ship alive, along with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. There was only one thing for Junpei to do.
It's the only way.
He turned to Ace and Lotus.
Please, go.
Huh?
No way.
Jumpy, what are you saying?
Don't worry about it.
If you stay here, you're going to be stuck, Jumpy. And so will Clover and Seven.
You know, if they're like trying to do the experiment again, it's like, you know, we need more danger for them to be telepathic.
I know. But you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out.
Is the reason that... I mean, I said this during the ad break, but, you know, if we are space, are we just testing the range? Are we testing the range of telepathy? Is that why? That's the only reason I can think of for why.
Right, Seven?
Right. You just leave it to us. It's gonna piss me off to do what Santa says, but...
Don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of.
Plus, we need to go find the mummy.
No, no, you can't! Ace, Lotus, don't come over! Don't worry about me, please!
June was almost crying. Junpei walked around behind Ace and Lotus. He gently placed a hand on each of their shoulders.
Please.
And pushed them toward the door. They almost stumbled, then righted themselves and took another step. And another. They look at each other like, do you think in another timeline that could have been us? They turned around and Junpei nodded.
Go.
All right.
Fine.
Ace and Lotus turned around again and walked slowly toward the door where Santa was waiting for them. After what seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9. Santa smiled.
All right, now let's get those hands on the scanner panel. What's the holdup? What? You think I'm fucking around here? I don't
think I'm fucking around
about this girl.
She's definitely not my boss.
The red doesn't need a person, you know? All I need is the bracelet. You get it? Good. Now put your fucking hands on the scanner.
Put your fucking hands on the scanner.
I'm not gonna say it again.
He shoved the revolver harder against Jun's head, and she winced.
Fine.
Ace sighed, defeated, and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand onto the scanner panel. The 4th asterisk blinked on.
Good job. Now, Lotus, pull that lever. As soon as the door opens, you get your ass in there. Try anything stupid, and you know what happens, right?
Yep.
Damn it.
Junpei could almost hear Lotus's teeth grind. Have fun! Have fun storming the castle. The door slid open. The door number 9 opened at last. It opened with a low, powerful rumble. A drum roll to welcome the chosen few.
Good. Go.
Lotus and Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated. Santa waited until they were all the way inside, then hauled himself and June across the threshold as well. 8, 9.
Later.
Later. Later. See you later. Implying he knows that he'll see us again. After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. The gust of air it created caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Okay, Clover, since Junpei doesn't know about the dead body or the alive body in the coffin, let's go rob your not brother's corpse. Clover looked down at her hand and traced with her finger the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the two 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read engaged. He moved to the smaller door. The red read vacant. The digital root of the remaining people was 7. There was no possible way for them to open a door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June. About Akane Kurashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. She was alive. If she had escaped this horrible boat. That was what Junpei prayed for. 7 came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
We can investigate the ice mummy, we could hear the full story from Clover, she could maybe mention the name of the dead girl. 7 opened his mouth to respond when... We could also see what's up with that guy. A noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something rigorously. It wasn't mechanical. It was certainly human. Junpei and 7 looked at one another.
What the hell is that?
Shh, quiet!
Clover motioned to 7 to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from?
Hee hee hee.
Could be.
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
You're right!
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
Junpei and 7 grabbed a hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find and pulled with all their strength.
Damn it!
Man, it won't even budge.
There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it.
Not another one.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so.
The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out. And now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
Clover, you found the note earlier. They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews, and 7 investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
Ugh, there's nothing here!
Not making this easy, are they?
The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room. It was a noise that belonged beyond the 9 door.
Passcode. What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
Whoa. The world blinked. What? Suddenly there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. What? 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 Are we getting the telepathy? Is this telepathy? Are we telepathy?
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice?
Junpei was utterly and completely baffled.
Huh? What?
What's up?
7 and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell them. Is Snake telepathying us?
Huh?
If he told them that he'd heard a voice, they'd laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. So all he said was...
Oh, nothing.
He cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. There were a pair of small buttons protruding from either side. Junpei pressed the buttons. Truth had gone, so right, left, right, left, right, left. That was it. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 8 numbers blinked on and off on the bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh, are those?
Junpei didn't answer. He simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so he wouldn't forget.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
With trembling fingers, he punched them in. That was all of them. Also, as a side note, this is completely off topic. I don't know if Orphan is here, but bless you, I could hear you sneeze all the way in my room. He punched the E button. There was a moment of complete silence. This is also a call out to Artificer. I could hear you laughing at that all the way in my room. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid unlatching. Someone sat up out of it.
No way! What? Why are you...
Hey, bud. I'm glad that they get to meet in this one. God, he's still so...
Clover, I apologize for worrying you.
Hi, Digital Root and I.
Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei? And 7? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Nope. Just like... what? Just like Rip Van Winkle? What? 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 Sorry, I have to Google something real quick. I've heard that before. I've heard the phrase before. I've heard the name. The American Revolution? What a... Okay. Checking this is a short story about a guy, Rip Van Winkle, who drinks a lot of beer and he falls asleep for 20 years and he wakes up having missed the American Revolution. You know, it's a story type that we've heard before, you know? Of like, waking up in the future. This is a Futurama, you know? I have a feeling, and I may be wrong about this, that in Japanese there may have been like a more accessible, a more readily available and knowledgeable story in Japanese that like they could reference for that. And then when localizing it to English, being like, well, I don't know, are Americans gonna know this specific story? Let's go with an American version of that. Rip Van Winkle. Just as culturally relevant. Very, very knowledgeable. Very easily understood. Still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask.
Jeez.
Junpei and 7 shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back!
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms. Ah.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back!
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're back! You're really here!
Her voice was happy, but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arms strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
You're back!
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though! You did! I really thought you were dead!
Plus, my guy, you were in a coffin.
Huh?
You jerk! Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. Alright, while she's doing that, here's the lowdown, Snake. Insert everything that happened. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time, and every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews, waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired. That's a lot of information to dump onto this guy.
See. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
He had quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
To cause drama.
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X.
It's not Guy X anymore. This guy has a little bit more respect. Am I right in assuming that I'm assuming that in the Japanese version it was like X-san versus like X-kun or something being for what Junpei called him, and they're like, we gotta localize this.
Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you?
It was a
Oops,
small
I
room
clicked too
in one of
fast.
the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Mm-hmm.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Junpei crossed his arms and thought.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either.
Through telepathy, baby!
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from?
From the fucking ether, baby!
Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Seven had asked him about it while they had waited for Clover to finish crying. He'd had no answer for him then, and he still didn't.
All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously.
'Cause the telepathy aliens, whatever. Chat. we can take a moment to unwind after all of that happening. Because there's going to be 3 minutes of ads. This is a great moment if you need to go to the bathroom or grab a snack or get something to drink because the game is going to be paused and you're not going to miss out on anything, so don't worry about it. If you need to as well, this is your hourly self-care check-in. So fix your posture, take your meds, save your files, unclench your jaw, charge your devices, feed your pets, do some stretches. Maybe it's timeline telepathy from other routes? I mean, if I'm in space, I'll telepathy with my alternate selves. Holy shit! There's more game per game. There's more game per game? There's more game per game. Wait, why is that different? Why is that icon not a novel or an escape? Was this like a fake ending and then I got more ending per ending? Am I able to look that up now? Am I cool looking that up or am I gonna get spoiled? I'm sure there's spoiler-free guides. I feel like I'm deep enough, it's fine. You can look it up? Sure, yeah, you go for it. I'll look at the voice actors during the ad break. Because this is a thing I keep meaning to do. This is a thing I keep meaning to do, but I don't think I think I did like once and then I never completed doing it. Da-da-da. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Beep bop boop. Do 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 do. Where are the voice actors? Why is IMDb being weird? Where are they? I don't see them at all in here. 999 game voice actors. There we are. This door combination has 2 endings. Oh. When did we get brain blasted? I guess... I figured it would be like you gotta get all... Maybe it's because I think... Like, I basically, it's you end at the coffin. Alright. Because, like... Is it then because I was guessing that, like, once I had gotten all 5 basic endings that I would unlock ending 6. I guess because I got this one last, then it's like, it just went straight into ending 6. You know? Like, it's like, well, you would have to do this anyway. So, like, if I had done this ending, and then this ending, and then having unlocked all 5, I could have gone back here and continued. Reading what people's telling about, this is the full true ending. Coffin stops when there's no telepathy. Okay! We got more game per game. That's fucking wild. Hey, guys! 999 might have 9 streams. It's possible! It's possible! I really thought today would be the last. Or if it wasn't, because, like, there was a lot happening in here. That, like, you know, that it would be, like, 1 and then, like, a little bit. I can't believe- I'm so excited. I didn't even get to look at any of the voice actors, because I was fucking up looking up the game, and now... Welcome back from the ads, chat! We got more game per game. I know that I saw that directly before the ads started, but we got more game per game. Holy shit.
I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
I hope we get more escape room segments. His mind was a maelstrom, ooh, $5 word, of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries. He could barely think.
Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
Because there was danger, we got...
Someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
Tell me her name.
Experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and a girl had died during it.
Tell me.
Morphogenetic field theory. The 2 murders. Switching clothes.
It's all coming together.
The nonary game.
And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together. And the point connecting the dots.
Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship. Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps...
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Yeah, baby!
Oh yeah, you're right.
Are we not gonna get to go through the library and see the...
With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
As they sniped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2 on it.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
7 stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. 7 quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon there were 4 asterisks on the screen. 7 glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
Alright, you guys ready to go?
Are we gonna be like, can we scan this 0 first? What if June is the mummy? That would be funny as hell. If she's the mummy or like a robot or a clone. Would at least be funny. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Junpei paused for a moment.
Not
yet.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. Really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Junpei looked directly into 7's eyes. The older man looked back for a moment, then nodded.
Fine.
This door opens outward. 7 pulled down the lever, and door 9 creaked open. Then they waited. 6, 7, 8... After 9 seconds, the door closed.
Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei.
So you did know I had it.
Oh, that's a cute sprite.
I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
She reached into one of the pockets of her voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. Junpei took it from her and turned to 7.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap.
Cap!
Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
He's figuring the math out. The door didn't open. The RED's display read, "Error."
I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a third asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Seven waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared on the red.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
It's June! Then if this one is the 6 bracelet, well, it is a 6 bracelet that looks like 0, then conversely, if June's is a 0 that looks like a 6, how is she able to get into rooms? Maybe she has like a bracelet that just like goes, yes, check yes if applies, you know, like all of the above. This automatically works, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Hers can be whatever she wants, yeah. We want it to work. And what's the 2 and 5 and 6? It's 4. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, that's, yeah. I remember it worked before with just us, so I'm gonna ignore all the Snake and Clover. 7 Junpei and Cap? Yeah, 7 Junpei and Cap.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap. If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But it's Shune's from the original game. Yeah.
Opened. Had the door opened.
That could be.
What? Why? What does that mean?
Both Seven and Clover seemed rather shaken as they turned to look at Junpei for answers. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Is that why? Yeah, because they kept using the fucking letters. They kept using the fucking letter number shit. That was so annoying to figure out. Least favorite part of this game is how much I have to think when I'm doing that, but you know, I fucking... A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, with 10 being A. Is that 24? I think that's 24. 2 plus 4 digital root style. That's 6.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Before Junpei could answer, Snake spoke up.
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with. Her bracelet was flipped. In other words, June's real number is...
9.
I said that day one.
That seems the most likely.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously in it. I'm sure your brother is a visual learner.
Here, look.
Look? Junpei leaned over to look at it.
List of all the numbered doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake?
Okay, there we go. I know that, like, you mess up sometimes. I think a lot of, like, a story I've heard once on the internet of, like, people doing sign language having an argument, one of them signing, "Don't yell at me." I think of that sometimes. So I'm just like, it's gonna slip sometimes. But, you know. Uh... 6, 3, 5, 8, 22, 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah. 6, 3, 8, yeah.
And that's everything. I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work.
Sorry, well, real quick. Yeah, she's been with Santa every single time. Yeah, so she was with Santa every single time. So if Santa's number is also different...
If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4.
They're like, we have to be paired together every time, or else people will realize. Now, granted, June has also been with Lotus every single time. That is also true. They're like, we need to be together, and we need to keep an eye on the fucking mummy. There's 0 and 9, bitches. It breaks the other roots though, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it.
If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Now, to be fair, once again, Lotus has always been there as well.
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that.
'Cause his number isn't 3.
His number isn't actually 3. Santa's real number, 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Thank you for not asking me to do it.
Yeah, sure.
7 took the pen from the confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations.
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
He can't see, dude. He read out the changes he'd made. When he finished, he looked at Snake. Snake smiled.
Thank you. That is exactly right, 7. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
Yeah, but yeah, they can both be evil. I feel like she's 0. I don't know. It can be either way. If one of them could be 0.
No way.
You know, it's, you know? If they flip them around. This could still be like this is revealed now, and then later they're revealed to be the other way around.
Santa is 0?
think the game is angling towards something weird with her being the dead girl. Yeah. I feel like if Santa was 0, they might not... They could reveal it here, but, like, there's so much more. They're gonna... I really want June to be 0. At the very least, she's more likely to be evil now, especially given that, like, she would have to know this. Or at least Santa would. I don't know.
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3. +3 and -3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the notary game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not.
June.
But I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0.
If he is 0, then he's one of 2 zeros, alright? He can't be a soul 0. Maybe June is G. Maybe Santa is E. Maybe we're having fun. I'm gonna be so real. When he first said, like, I don't think June is 6, my mind was just like, is she G? Then he was like, oh, upside down. I was like, I was right at the beginning, and I forgot to say that.
If my hypothesis is correct.
Clover bit her lip. She seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei. Junpei remained silent and thought.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets.
Yeah.
And if that's the case...
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Beep, 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 beep. Here we go! Door 9 opened. They leapt through.
Oh, it's right there.
The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Quickly, they scanned their bracelets. And the detonator stopped.
Oh.
After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them.
All right, let's keep going.
At the end was a set of stairs leading down into the ship,
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
where we could maybe see a mummy? They leaned out and looked over the side.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door.
Hey, it's a...
And of course, there was a symbol engraved over the keyhole. It looked like the sort of harpoon one would use to hunt fish, the kind with 3 prongs. I'm gonna wager a guess to say Neptune? Snake traced the shape of it with his fingers.
This is the Neptune symbol. There
Woo!
must be here somewhere.
That we got cryogenically frozen. I bet we're in future space. Yeah.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
Clearly, it wasn't going to open this door.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
After examining the door a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back the way they came.
Hey, another door.
With little more searching, they found a metal door.
And a card reader this time.
A symbol was engraved into the card reader.
It's the Uranus symbol.
This is the place.
He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. It beeped once, and then the light on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Junpei, Clover, Snake, and Seven looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. The game they found themselves in was full of books.
Wow! It's totally full of books!
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
It looked remarkably like a library. Probably because it is. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books, nor the sort of library that was simply a place to store books. The mummy! The mummy! He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge. As he began his search for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Yay! Escape room! Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. The library. Okay, how many screens we got? 1, 2, 3, 4... Is that 5? No, it's 4. Is it? Okay, I'm staring at the ladders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4. Potentially downstairs as well. The scaffold is set up in the shape of a cross. Its handrail is made of metal. Probably a wise choice of building material. Energy theory, development of nanotechnology materials, interactions between shortwave energy and matter. What else have we got? Just listening to you read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. Okay. The black hole hypothesis. Gamma ray astrophysics. I guess this bookshelf has an astronomy theme. The kid's book. Here? It looks like it's a children's story about Native Americans. Don't you think a random book like that is kinda suspicious? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Cowboys and Indians? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa! It's a pop-up book! Kill? Is it kill? Or lick? Lilk? Lilk? What's that? This one of them pop-up books? LRK? R? Where are you getting R from? That doesn't mean anything. Does it? Well, you can make them curl. Like curl or Carl. Is that an R? Where's the R coming from? R? Huh? A picture book here with the letters L, R, and K. What are you talking about? Books seem to be about history. What's Hellenism? Oh boy. I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture? Boy, oh boy. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot? Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome. Bet that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. Permian cultures? Seems like a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians. Without hair, I can't imagine they had much need of perms. That's got nothing to do with this! A history of Buddhism. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something? Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. History of the Western world. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah? Just gonna leave it at that, Snake? Doesn't seem like you... Okay. Hey, look at this. This book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, that thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Okay. Back over here. All that's here is Faraday's laws of electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis and electrolyte solution. These particular laws are set down by Michael Faraday. Quantum gravity. 7, do you have any idea what this is? How about you start by using real words? And maybe we'll get somewhere. Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know this one! That's Einstein, right? Yeah. You know, if something's in space, time passes different or whatever. Ectrolosis. Okay, if that word comes back up, yeah. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory? Well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. Knock it off with the science voodoo stuff. You're trying to put me to sleep. Are property values going up out in space too these days? Man, guess times are tough for aliens too. This one says cosmic inflation. No, it's just fetish art of Cosmic the Hedgehog. Supersymmetric string theory and 10-dimensional space-time. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where... how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. What's the deal with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, like, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh. I get it. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Pony? Pony. I don't think we have enough books yet. One of these books is not like the others. One of these books just doesn't belong. I mean, obviously it's this purple one. I can't... Nepo? Could be a Nepo baby. Here? Find... Open here, find bulb. How about this? Looks like putting those books in the right order opened this thing right up. Huh, that was a piece of cake. Hooray! You did it, Junpei! I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters from the title spell out, open here, find bulb. It's a light bulb sitting on the shelf. Powerful light bulb. The light bulb looks like it's brand new. And it's really big, so it'll make a lot of light. I'm assuming that we can, like... Okay. I was thinking, like, shining the light on the letters and they, like, spell something out against the wall. Okay. I think that's everything on this side of it. We'll rotate. Facing metal door. I want to do this one first, I think. I want to save metal door screen. Okay, let's do the other one. Automated robotic assembly line techniques. Oh. What's that? Some sort of comic book? Jeez, I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. What's that one called? It says, Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. Just double checking. An overview of photochemistry? I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Oh! Oh, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. Look, Junpei! I think there's something hidden behind the books. Another bulb! Okay. Communication and computer science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague, I don't know what it might be about. Okay, that was that one. Just to double check, yes, it's just the two. Principles of monkey behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily, so I imagine the research was fruitful. Oh, look, Seven. Here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density, and Bone Strength. You're just saying that because it says muscle. This book is just called Dissection. Straight to the point. The bookshelf must be all about medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Regeneration of internal organs. This one. It looks like that picture book from earlier. The one with the pop-ups. Oh, the same red spine, yeah. You think they're part of a series or something? They do have the same binding. Fundamentals of baseball? There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball still. Whoa! Head? So yes, head? This is a pop-up book. It's got the letters H, E, A, and D popping out of it. So yes, head. Functions of the human brain. Huh. I guess this is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kinda curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Ancient gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? I don't think so. I think it's maybe, like, the fact we have a tailbone and no tail. And by we, I mean y'all. I mean, I do have a tailbone. Look. They didn't make us study cat-dog anatomy. We have, like, a tailbone, but also tail bones. We have, like, a second one. That's canon now. We have, like, a tailbone that... our tailbone is not connected to our tail. My tail is up higher than my tailbone. It's still called that. Because there's not a lot of cat-dog scientists / physicians, you know? So it is still a superfluous thing for us. Maybe we had two at some point. I don't know. They're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. Cool. Is that this one? Yeah. Dissection Atlas, huh? This whole shelf is full of medical books. That's me when I'm responding to Atlas Shrugged. It's like, I'll just dissect him then. Teletemperation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemperation. It refers to having the ability to travel through time. Noted. This book is called a mind swap. You mean you could, like, change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than let Seven switch with me. The hell? Like, I'd even want to swap bodies with a little brat, like... Hey, were you just imagining it? You were! Shut up! Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. All of... This is the sound of 4 eggs cracking in a row. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? Well, I mean, rabbit and the moon is a common... It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon, according to Chinese legend. Alright, not what I was expecting. I thought you were going to talk about I was like, I'll like let this continue because they might talk about, you know, seeing the rabbit in the moon is more common in some places than the man in the moon. Personally, I've never been able to see the man in the moon, but I've been able to see the rabbit. Oh boy. Kitab al-Azif? Sorry. Man, they've got some weird stuff in here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul Al-Hazred. Sorry, the dyslexia. Al-Hazred. Al-Hazred? Whatever. It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh. So these are all occult books and stuff? Okay. Neat. Creatures of the South Seas, huh? I wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Microphagia, huh? Ah, yes, Robert Hooke's famous work. First published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he examined, and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess the shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young, I may have remembered it incorrectly. Oh, why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kinda romantic in a way, I guess. This one says, Transition of Extinct Species. We need to hurry it up or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. I was thinking, yeah, we're taking our sweet time right now. Love that ludonarrative dissonance, baby! Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. You take that back! Theories of the Cambrian explosion? Did a bomb go off or something? There's somewhere called Cambria. Wrong kind of explosion. It's the Cambrian explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. The Theory of Evolution. Heck, even I know this one. This is that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? Do you think we should hold hands where there aren't any handrails? I'll be fine. I can feel the vibrations in the floor that tell me where I am. That's not what I meant. Was she talking to Junpei in flirt way, or was she being like, well, I just wanted an excuse, I have not seen my brother? Man, this thing is narrow. I feel like I'm walking across a tightrope. Geez, Snake, aren't you scared? Imagine a wall 20 inches wide that runs along the top of a 10-story building. Could you walk along that wall, Junpei? No way! And what about a balance beam in a gymnasium? Oh, well, that's easy. You don't find that strange? A balance beam is far narrower than 20 inches. So why is it that a balance beam poses no challenge to you, but the hypothetical 10-story wall does? The light can easily turn people into cowards. From time to time, a life in darkness can give you courage. Okay. Weirdo. Okay, we're gonna start here now. We have so many books to look at, chat! Okay, no, these are the same ones. Okay. We're all booked out. It's a coat rack. Like, a place where you can hang coats and hats and stuff. Well, this one's not too big, so maybe it's just hats. A hat stand, you put hats on it. Handrail made of metal. There's a note on that table. Lights to the books. Huh. What does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Damn, that's sad. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Okay. So... big door? Pretty impressive. Almost looks like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it, then a passageway beyond that. At the end of the passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Okay! That sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world! Man, it's like Seven and I don't even exist. They're cute. Okay. Yeah, we can go down that way, is what I figured. Is it the same this way? Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Just the 3. Yeah, okay. Do I go for it now, or is this where I call it? Because we're gonna have to call it soon. Okay, I think this is a good... I'm gonna, you know, want to remember everything that happened. Not file. Save. Finish saving. Oh, I didn't get the coffin? My completionist, whatever. I'll live. I'll live. I'll live. Oh boy, chat. Damn. Thank you guys for watching, though. Holy shit. Oh boy. Hi. So much information today, huh? So much. We've learned a lot. Our theories have been validated. Other theories have happened. The mummy. The mummy. The mummy. The mummy. The mummy. Let's see who we can raid, shall we? We're gonna be continuing on with this game next week. Next Monday, we are going to continue playing this. Thursday, we are continuing with Mask of the Rose, which is we started last week. Chat, thank you guys for joining. I've had a lovely time here. Let's see who we can raid. Let's see here. Scrolling through all of the peoples. Those people are playing things that I want to play myself, so I cannot go there. Don't go where I can't follow. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, Pikmin. Pikmin. I like Pikmin in theory. I've never played a Pikmin. I've never, like, actually watched in full, like, somebody actually playing Pikmin. I've only seen, like, weird Pikmin challenges on occasion. But I like Pikmin, in general. I like the theory of it. I like the theory of Pikmin. I don't know if I would be able to play Pikmin. For similar reasons to why I didn't play Bugsnax for a long time, where I'd be like, I get too attached, I don't want them to die. But I know Pikmin, I'm pretty sure Pikmin crave death. You know? In the same way that some animals are like, let me run into the middle of the road, I long for it, I need to. You know? I get that vibe from some of them. But Velvet Coach over here, she's playing the Pikmins. She's having a good time playing the Pikmins. Beep bop boop. Or is it, which Pikmin is it? There's multiple Pikmins. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. Pikmin 2. I kept misreading it. My brain kept just short-circuiting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna be Raven and Velvet Coach. I hope you have a grand old time over there. I will see you all next week for more of this. On Thursday for Mask of the Rose. Let's hope that I don't forget everything. I've been good at remembering the plot points of this game. It's not been, sometimes been between the weeks I get a little fuzzy. I've been pretty good about, I shouldn't jinx it. Let me knock on the wood of my desk. Alright, chat. See you later. Go, Raid, go! I'm doing the button.